My German name is Waltraud, Georgine, Rose, Susanne, Weigert, Kane. I was born in 1940, and we were concentrated at Dachau, outside of Munich. I was born in Znaim, Czechoslovakia, but at that time it was the Sudetenland.
By taking the Sudetenland, they had made Czechoslovakia defenseless.
When Hitler took over, he wanted all of it. And that's when the problem started. My family did not like what he was doing, and so they joined a group that was against Hitler. And those are the people that they then came and got. When things got iffy, my grandmother had a little property outside of Innsbruck in Austria, and we moved there to stay safe. And one of our neighbors found out that my mother was anti-Hitler, and she turned us in. And they came that very same day, and then we were on a train for about 2 weeks. We had no idea where we were going. And when we ended up in a small town outside of Dachau, my mom knew that that's where we were going. My sister, Gelinde, she was 5, I was 3, and my brother Udo, he was 1 year old. We were in a little room, it was like a cell. We had one pillow, a very flat little thing, and a blanket. And there was like an army cot and a bucket, and that's all the room you had. We were always hungry and always unhappy. My sister and my mother, they were the strong ones. They kept us going. We lived there for nearly 2.5 years. They did so many experiments in the Dachau Concentration Camp. My mom worked for a dentist, others worked for doctors. They knew when they got prisoners what kind of teeth they had in their mouth. And in Europe, it was very popular to have silver or gold teeth. And that's the ones that got pulled, and they were melted down in Dachau. When my mom came home in the evenings, my mom would teach my sister what to teach us the next day. Add, subtract, divide. My mom was smart. She always said, as long as you listen to me, you will be fine.
When the Allies liberated your camp, do you remember that day at all?
Yes. First, they were bombing and doing things, but that was normal. A lot of noise was normal. But then when it got quiet, it got too quiet. And then when the doors opened and 2 soldiers walked in and looked around, and we didn't trust them. We could not trust them because we thought, oh my God, my sister and my brother and I, we hugged in a corner, and we actually turned around and looked at the wall. We didn't want to see them, and we did not want them to see us. And we did not know what a rescuer looked like, so it was a man in a uniform, and we didn't trust anybody in uniform. They gave us a half a boiled potato with a little butter on it. My mom really was so afraid that we would overeat and get sick. And she had seen that, and she didn't want that to happen to us. So that meal basically lasted us all day. We ate a bite here, a bite there. To this day, I love my buttered potatoes. That was the first thing that was all mine. redid the concentration camp and made a displaced persons camp out of it. I lived in the displaced person camp until I came to the United States. In 1957, I passed a test and I came to Duke University to finish my last year of college. My father always said, education, education. They said, make a life for yourself. They let me go. They knew it was better for us. We believe in education. I have 9 grandchildren, and every one of my grandchildren finished college, and 7 of them have masters. I'm proud. Make something out of yourself, and then you prove them all wrong. I have never spoken to such a big audience. We had to take care of ourselves. When they told me at first there might be 200 kids here, I said, wow. When the war started, it was very important to prove that you were a pure German. I think this school is amazing. You guys are all doing a fantastic job because those children were so attentive.
I was in awe of how calm she was talking about such a horrible situation. I always thought, you know, if it was me and I had gone through that, I'd be in tears.
And like knowing that she was able to handle that and she was able to persevere through like will and hope, it's just amazing.
I try to bring it across to them, not to be bullies, not to be prejudiced, and to accept everybody for what they are. We just live day by day by day. We did not know any better.
This is probably one of the most unique and most important, in my opinion, speakers we've ever had. Incredible wisdom, incredible knowledge to pass down to us that we can use to better ourselves.
Trying to apply it in the future so we can, you know, history doesn't end up repeating itself.
That's what I am trying to get across, to be helpful, to be kind, to be listening, to be paying attention, and to just, in general, try to be a good person.
Thank you so much.
You tell your students that I love them.
I will.
Thank you very much. I'm impressed. I am so impressed.